Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is pretty special because we're going to be talking about the much talked about JACLYN Hill palette. And JACLYN Hill was one of the first people I started watching here on YouTube, so I'm super excited to be sitting here and reviewing her palette because I watch like her reviews on everything all the time. So this is pretty cool that I get to sit here and, you know, be one of her subscribers, but review her own palette. So it's super cool, and I think it's really special. So this is what the palette looks like. Let's just start with this. So it's like this. Sorry, it's a little dirty because I just filmed this look for you guys, so it's gotten a little dirty. I really like the white. The white is super cool, but the downside is that it will get dirty like mine did. So I mean, but you know, whatever. And so then the inside looks like this, and it says this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO JACLYN. So that was really cute, I thought. And then the palette looks like this. So it's super cute. I love the shade range. I think when I first saw this online, when it first got posted, I thought it was really nice. Like, genuinely, I thought it was super cool because it has so many colors in it. It just has a range of colors. It has the pop of colors right here, which I think are so cute. And then it has the more neutrals and warm shades over here. So a lot of warm shades over here. It has some really nice crease shades, and it just has like about everything. It has a nice matte black right here. And the only thing I noticed that it doesn't have, which I wish it did have, I wish it had a white color to set your eyeshadow with, because it does have these two shades right here, but they're satin shades, so they're not matte, so you can't use it to set your lid with. That's the only thing I wish would have been in here, but I mean, I can just use my other palette for that, so it's not a big deal to me. And yeah, so the palette also comes with, so all the shades are named. JACLYN named them herself, and the names aren't on the palette itself, but it comes with a little card that looks like this, and then the names are all on this card. And then the front of the card looks like this, has a cute little picture of her. And so, yeah, so I mean, you know, that's pretty cool too. I'm glad she named them because I like when shades have names so that when you're reviewing them, you can call them by name and then put the names in the description box. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so what I'm going to show you guys next is I'm going to do arm swatches of all the shades so you guys can see what they look like on the arm. And keep in mind that the shades, especially the matte shades, so the matte shades will come off looking a little less pigmented on the arm, but it all depends on how it comes out when you're actually wearing it on the eye, right? And so the metallic shades will come out like real poppin' on the arm. So just remember that it really does matter of how it applies on the eye. And the look that I did, I used a couple of these shades for the transition, and they went on really nicely. They went on like super nice and super pigmented, so I was happy with that. And when I was doing the swatches on my arm too, a lot of them feel really creamy, so that was really nice. It feels nice when your fingers, like, you know, rubbing into it, so that was pretty cool. And then after I show you guys the arm swatches and then the names of all of them, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this look. And so this is a look that I did. I thought it was pretty cute. It's a pop of color look because in the palette, when I saw pictures and when I got it, this is the corner that really spoke to me when I saw it. And so I knew I wanted to do a tutorial with these colors in it. And I really like it. It kind of reminds me of a mermaid kind of a thing. And I think it would be, it's just really cute. So I did this, and I'll show you guys one more time what it looks like. So it's a halo eye, but just with really bright colors. So that's what it looks like. And also, one last thing before I get into the swatches and then the demo, I'm going to be getting lights soon for my videos, so bear with me. I know the lighting isn't that great right now, and I know it's not as clear, or you know, whatever the case may be, as you'd like it to be, so just stay tuned. It's coming soon. My birthday's coming soon, so I'm gonna ask someone to get me those lights. And yeah, so after I get the lights, I think everything will be much better and much more clear and much more just vivid than it is right now. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that, so just stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so here's the first row, and the shades are In Light, Beam, Silk Cream, M.F.E.O, Faint, Sissy, and Little Lady. And again, this is the first row. Okay, so here's the second row, and the colors are Creamsicle, Butter, Pooter, Pukey, Hunt, Firework, and Queen. So this row is very warm and a lot of red tones. Okay, so this is the third row, and so the colors are Obsessed, SVN, Hillster, Roxanne, Jax, Buns, and Cranapple. So again, this is the third row. Alright, so this is the fourth row, and the colors are Royalty, Twerk, and Twerk is one of my favorite colors in the palette. And then Hustle, Meeks, 24/7, Chip, and Mocha. So again, this is the fourth row. Alright, and for the fifth and final row, we have Pool Party, which is another one of my favorites in this palette. And then Jada, Diva, Enchanted, Central Park, Soda Pop, and Abyss. And again, this is the fifth and final row. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is prime the eyes. So I'm going to use the Soft Ochre Paintpot by MAC. And then I'm going to be using my E27 brush. And I'll leave all the brushes and everything I use down below in the description box for you guys. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Okay, and to set the eyelids, I'm going to use the white shade right here in the Morphe E36 palette. The JACLYN Hill palette doesn't have a matte kind of white setting shade. It does have this one right here and then this one, but they're not matte. They're kind of a satin finish, so you can't use that to set your eyes. So I'm just going to use the one from the Morphe palette, the other Morphe palette, which is totally fine. Okay, so now finally to get into the palette, I'm going to be using this shade right here, and it's called M.F.E.O. And this is the shade I'm going to use as a transition, so I'm going to use the Morphe M441 to do that. I'm going to dip it in once more. Okay, so now using the same brush, the M441, I'm going to take this shade right here, and it's called Pooter. And I'm going to use this, as you can see, it's a little bit darker than the first one I put on, so I'm just going to use that just to deepen up the crease, just like the tiniest bit. Okay, cool. So the transition is all set now. So now time for the color. So I'm gonna dip into this turquoise shade right here, and it's called Jada. And so what I'm doing with this shade is I'm putting it in the outer corner, and then I'm going to put it in the inner corner because we're doing a halo eye. And so I'm also going to put it into the crease. So wherever I just put that transition color, I'm going to put this blue kind of over on top of it. And yeah, and then we're just going to blend it out in the end. And I'm leaving space in the middle. You don't have to leave space in the middle exactly right now, but I just like to because I'm going to leave space in the middle anyways later on when we put the metallic shades. So I just like to leave space starting from the beginning. But it is okay if you were to put this matte color in the middle. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take a little bit more. Okay, so now that we have the turquoise color on the lid, I'm going to take another M441 brush, but this is just a different, another one, and it's clean. So I'm going to use this to blend out everything we just did so that it's nice and smooth. Cool, so now we have that laid down, and so that's pretty much it for the matte colors on the lid, except for once I put down the metallic shades, I am going to dip into this kind of really dark purple right here, and this one is called Soda Pop, but that'll be a little bit later. Other than that, the matte shades are finished, so now I'm going to dip into this color right here, and it's called Pool Party right here. And this one is so pretty. This one is really pretty. I thought I was gonna like this one the most, and this one is called Twerk, but I really like Pool Party a lot. It's so pretty. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the Morphe G20 brush, and I'm gonna take the blue like this, and then I'm gonna spray some Fix. Now I'm just gonna spray the brush twice just to get it a little wet. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this blue shade on the outsides, and now we're not gonna put this in the middle. So now is where you need to leave space for that purple shade. And so I'm gonna start with this side. See how pretty that is? That's so cute. It's like really like bam in your face too. It's really nice. Okay, so that's good for this side, this corner for now. And so I'm just gonna dip into it again and then spray the Fix Plus again. And I'm gonna do the inside corner now. And so now that I have it on both sides, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush and then I'm gonna connect it over here on the top, so they both connect on the top, still leaving that little tiny circle space in the middle, but I'm just gonna connect it from the top so it looks kind of more blended, so the metallic shade looks a little more blended, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit once we put that purple. Alright, so now that we have the turquoise metallic shade put on, now we're gonna fill in that little empty space I left. And I'm going to use the same brush, just the other side, because I don't like to waste brushes. And I'm going to use this shade, the shade Twerk that I was talking about. And yeah, so I'm just going to dip this. So what happened when I did this eye too was I first started off with a brush in the Fix Plus. But then when I was putting it on, it wasn't as vibrant as Pool Party was. And I was kind of disappointed, but then I remembered that when that happens, you're supposed to, it's a good idea to use your finger. And so then what I did is I took my pinky and swirled it in, and then I put it in the middle. But just for the purpose of showing you guys exactly what I did, I'll just use this first. and then we'll use my finger. Whoops, I sprayed the wrong way. So see, it's like, it's not coming out as bam in your face as you'd kind of want it to, but I mean, obviously it's still there. So I'm going to take this all the way to the top of the lid, and at first it's going to look a little funny because it's just going to look like, you know, just a block there, but we're going to blend it in a second, so just hang in there. So I'm going to just take my finger, my pinky, and swirl it in there, and so now it's on there like this. And see, like, look how much more of the color just appears when you use your finger. A lot of times metallic shades, when you use your finger, it does come up a lot better, so that's something to think about. Okay, I think I got a good amount of color there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, now that we have the purple in there, now I'm going to take the same brush and use the blue side and dip it in just a little bit more, like tiny bit. And then we're going to kind of try to soften up the edges. So the edges and the top of where we put the purple, so it doesn't look like just like a block of purple that was kind of randomly placed there. And so the purple will come off a little, but then I just go again with my finger and put it again. And you can blend it with your finger as well. And I just like to curve it out from the top, and I think that's good. So that's looking cool. And then, so like I said, I'm gonna take a little bit of this dark purple shade called Soda Pop, and I'm just gonna put that in the outer corner and in the crease a little bit, just to make it a little more, deeper. And for this, I'm using the Kylie brush that came in the Royal Peach palette, but it's almost like the M433 one that I use. I'm just using this because it's a different color. Okay, so that kind of deepened it up a little. So I'm going to take that clean M441 brush and then just blend everything together. Okay, and so this is kind of like a game with the purple here, because it's gonna keep fading away from the tops once you start blending and stuff, but just, you know, take your finger and just dab it on again. Okay, cool. That's cute. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put some eyeliner on and then put my lashes on, and then I'll come back to show you guys what I did for the inner corner and what I did for the bottom lash line. So I'll be right back. Alright, cool. So I got my eyeliner on and my lashes on, and for my eyeliner I have another tutorial if you want to learn how to do eyeliner, and I'll link it down below. But yeah, so now we're gonna do the lower lash line. And so what I did on this side is that I took the matte shade Jada right here, and I'm gonna use my flat top M432 brush and just kind of get that in there. And then just press it along the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Okay, cool. And now I'm just gonna use this little blender brush from Bare Minerals, and I'm just gonna go through it a couple times just so it's not so harsh. Okay, cool. Okay, and so then what I did for my inner corner is I put a purple inner corner, which I thought was super fun because since the halo eye has the purple in the middle, I thought it would be really cool to put the purple in the inner corner instead of having just the normal basic inner corner highlight like the gold or opal colored. So what I did is I took the same color Twerk right here, and then I used my Morphe E36. And so just you kind of have to build it up because like I said, this color doesn't show up like too well on the brush, but it does with your finger. But for this, we can't really use our finger. So kind of just build it up. Okay. And then what I did is I took the color right next to it, which is called Royalty right here, this darker purple shimmer shade, and I took the same brush and I took a little bit of that and put it kind of on top of it. Like this. And then after I put both those purple shades on, I'm gonna use the highlighter I used on my face, and today I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in the shade So Hollywood, and so it looks like this. And so I use this just to pop it into the middle because I wanted to soften it up and brighten the inner corner up just a little bit, so I just put a little bit of this. Okay, so see how that kind of brightened it up a little bit? And then I'm gonna go in with the purple shade one more time, the color Twerk, and then just lightly kind of press it in over top of the highlighter. So now it's kind of like a brightened purple, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to this side because why not? And bam, there you go. And so now just to finish the look, I'm gonna highlight my my brow bone. And I kind of messed up because I do have two of these brushes, but I used one for purple and one for highlighter, but I accidentally used the highlighter one for the purple, but that's okay because I can just, you know, take it off real quick. And yeah, where's my shit? Oh. It's really hot in my room, so sorry if I'm like sweating right now. It's like really hot. Okay, anyways, so I'm just gonna comb up my brow like I did last time. Cause like I said, I don't fill in my brows. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna use So Hollywood again, and I'm just gonna use that to highlight the brow bone. And then what I like to do is tap it downward so it kind of blends in with the rest of the eye. Cool. And then the last step is today I put black eyeliner in my waterline, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the Tarteist black eyeliner and just pop that in. Cause I thought black would look cool with this look since it is like a darker look. And then I'm wearing a black shirt, so thought it fit nicely. Yeah, cool. Alright guys, so I hope you liked the demo, and I hope the eyeshadow look was easy to learn and easy enough to do by yourself, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see any other looks using this palette, any other color scheme, just let me know and I'd be more than happy to do that. And yeah, so just my final thoughts on the palette so far is I really like it. I really do, And it's not just because I like JACLYN Hill a lot or whatever. I do like her a lot, but my honest opinion is that this palette is really, really, really good. I like Morphe palettes in general, even before JACLYN came out with her own palette. I like the 35O and the 35R and the one, I think it's called the 35B, that has a bunch of colors in it. So I really like Morphe shadows. They are a lot more affordable than other eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I really like this palette, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys. It is going to be in stock soon. I saw on her Snapchat that she said the restock was coming soon. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys to decide on whether or not you want to buy it. Maybe if you were on the fence or whatever. Maybe now you have another opinion and you know you'll decide to buy it or not. But I definitely think it's a good palette, and especially if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of makeup, I would say to buy this versus something else, because with this you're gonna get all the warm tones for those everyday looks, but you're also gonna get some pop of colors, and you're gonna get so many nice like gold shimmer and this copper shimmer and then the pinks. So this palette really has a lot of things, and it has the black in it too. So I think if you are someone who doesn't have too much makeup and you're looking for one good palette, I would say to get this because it has a great shade range, and it's really convenient too because it's all just in one, you know, little thing. And I just remembered what I forgot to show you guys is the back of the palette. I don't know if you guys really care about what the back looks like, but I'll show you anyways. It just looks like this. It says Morphe times JACLYN Hill, and then it has JH all over it, her initials. So yeah, that's the back, just in case you're wondering. But yeah guys, so this is the end of the video, and I hope it was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I really enjoyed making this video because this palette is so hyped up, and I'm so excited to finally have my hands on it and to create more looks with it in the future. So I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys next time.